Here it is. This is a lot of what CMHC did to me, and this girl is exactly right. Gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse where the perpetrator continuously manipulates the victim in questioning their sanity, reality, and themselves. There are so many ways to gaslight, but here are some examples of what gaslighting can look like. This is what they do, and they're calling it Act Crazy Head Comics. They start referencing gaslighting. They start asking you about your self-worth. They claim your mental health. They claim you're mentally ill. They claim that you need mental health awareness and sign lit, whatever that is, sign lit. They start putting you in whatever sign lit is probably some kind of techno garbage. No stigma. They act like everything's fine. Mental health warrior. They tell you to be strong and all this when there's so much to worry about. And they start making you question your self-worth, and they keep you at a really low level of life. Self-awareness. They try to get you to be self-aware, and you're living in a world full of crime and lack of money and resources and people who are discriminating you. Here for you. They act like they're here for you, and then when you need them, they're putting you off. And then, they don't know your worth because they don't access it or even try to get it out of you. And then they claim you're not alone, and then everybody else is treating you like you are. And you are enough, and you're really not enough because you have other illnesses. You are worthy, and you're really not worthy because you don't have the education or the strength. Emotional health, they start talking about emotions and things. And they claim you have emotions or you don't have emotions, and there's different reasons why you do or don't, but they'll turn it around like in the opposite, and then they'll tell you. They start claiming your details about depression, anxiety, PTSD. They start confusing these things and traumas, and why they don't really have full-on high-grade science on all of these things like eating disorders and chemistry. And then they all claim to be experts, but they have no medical education, mental health recovery, and then borderline personalities. And they don't understand that we're all mixed up and that we can have any personality we want. And there's bipolar. That garbage is pretty much everyone. They start calling people schizophrenic, labeling people with these so-called diseases, but everyone has all of the same thoughts. And if they don't, they're pretty possibly ignorant. And even if you are ignorant, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it could be. And that it just goes to show people have different experiences, and that's really can get into a lot of deep details. Recovery is possible. It may not be possible. Equanimity and, making money, making prosperity. Gaslighting sounds like this. You need help. You're so emotional. They start using words against you when you start fighting against them. The claims that they make against you. Why are you so defensive today, Leonard? I wouldn't have done that to you. Yes, you did do that to me. Then they start denying things that they've done. They suddenly can't remember. I wouldn't have done that to you. You're always twisting things. All of these things have been said to me. I shit you not. You're imagining things. That's false accusation. Maybe not all of these things have been said to me, but some of them have. I recognize these because my caseworker has done it to me. The doctors, different people in my life, especially my caseworker. They like to, they turn everything up and around and up and down. And they're mixing everything around. One minute you're guilty, the next minute you're not. Then you don't matter. Then you do. But when they want something from you, it's a crime that you committed, even though they are the ones who created the scenario. This is what mental health is like in the world today. And not only that, there's some major hillbilly acting people that don't know jack shit about mental health and how to deal with it. I mean, there's a whole lot of details that go on in the world of mental health, and you really got to be careful. People are not trained very well in mental health. It's not even a sound science. Psychiatry and psychology are not a sound science. And quit playing by all the same rules, but try to be careful. Try not to offend people. That's their biggest thing. But when try to be reserved. If they offend you, then I'd say, try to be respectfully righteous and fire back. But when it comes to doing things you don't have to do, you got constitutional rights. And you need to know that. And this is the end of the video. This is going to be called mental health abuse.